Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a psychologist or in the medical field. My insights and experiences, however, might resonate with you. I'm just a man who, after much soul-searching, found wisdom in the most unexpected places. The knowledge I've been fortunate enough to access from the vast Akashic record has been transformative. It's a personal journey, one that led me to understand myself better and change my perspective. With that out of the way, let's embark on this journey together. The first stop on our journey is the realm of self-acceptance. Let me share a little tale with you, a personal one. For the longest time, I was known for my short temper, the flaring nostrils, the crimson face, the thunderous voice. That was me. And for years, I was told that I needed to change, that I had to become someone else, someone calmer, someone better. This constant pressure to change who I was, it led me down a path where I started disliking myself. But then I stumbled upon a revelation. I realized that what I needed was not to change who I was, but to understand and accept myself. I am a short-tempered person, yes, but that's not all I am. I am also patient, kind, and empathetic. My temper, it's a part of me, but it's not the whole of me. Once I accepted this, I began to see the triggers that ignited my temper. I started to understand what pushed me over the edge, and instead of trying to change who I was, I started changing my perspective. I learned to look at situations differently, react differently. I still have a temper, but now it's harder to reach that boiling point because I've learned to understand and accept myself. And this acceptance, it's not a sign of weakness, but a beacon of strength. Acceptance, my friends, is your first step towards a healthier mental state. Our next destination is the land of perspective change. We all have unique characteristics that make us who we are. Some of these traits may be seen as weaknesses or flaws by others, but it's crucial to remember that these are part and parcel of our identity. A fiery temper, for instance, is not something to be ashamed of. It is simply a part of who we are. What matters is not the trait itself, but how we react to situations that trigger it. In my case, I used to get easily angered by certain things. I was told repeatedly that I needed to change, that my short temper was a flaw. But over time, I learned that the key was not to change who I was, but to change my perspective on the situations that angered me. I started to view these situations differently. Instead of allowing them to provoke me, I began to see them as opportunities for growth and understanding. I realized that my anger was not a result of the situation itself, but of how I perceived it. By changing my perspective, I was able to react differently, to channel my energy in a more positive direction. And the most beautiful part of it all, I didn't have to change who I was. I was still the same person, but with a different outlook on life. Remember, it's not about changing who you are, but how you perceive the world around you. As we reach the end of our journey, let's discuss the importance of mental health. The mind, like any other part of our being, needs attention and care. My journey of self-acceptance and changing perspectives was not only about understanding who I am, but also about nurturing my mental health. The impact of accepting oneself is profound. When I stopped trying to change who I am and instead focused on understanding myself, I unlocked a sense of peace and contentment. It eliminated the constant internal struggle of not feeling good enough and replaced it with acceptance and love for myself as I am. In the same breath, changing my perspective played a significant role. It was never about changing my short-tempered nature, but about changing how I reacted to situations that ignited my temper. This shift in perspective was akin to switching the lens through which I viewed the world. It didn't change the world, but it certainly changed how I interacted with it. This journey of self-acceptance and perspective change has been instrumental in maintaining my mental health. It's about caring for your mind, understanding your emotions and reactions, and nurturing a sense of inner peace and contentment. Mental health, much like physical health, is vital to our overall well-being. It impacts how we think, feel, and act. It's about understanding and accepting oneself, changing perspectives when necessary, and maintaining a healthy relationship with oneself. Your mental health matters. Always remember that you are enough just the way you are.